look at the crucial timelines that we have as a country after going to the polls. Trix.
Like you said, Kenyans did go to the polls on the 8th, and 3 days later, the election results was given out by the IEBC, and the reactions have been, as you have seen in the local media and of course, other sources that you can take a look at. But there are two scenarios that could be taking place in between now and the 29th, when the Constitution says the 14th day after the elections has been declared, whereby the president is supposed to be sworn in. So there are two scenarios. Either that depends on whether someone goes to the courts and said they want to give off a petition against the results that were given out. So this, remember, is not just by a political body or a politician. It can be done by any Kenyan who feels that they're not happy with that election result or how the election was conducted, and they want their voice to be heard or the judiciary to step in and, you know, see what's what. So let's take a look at some of the possibilities. The first scenario that we have here on the screen, like we said, on the 11th of August, IEBC declared the winner. So in the event of no contestation, it's going to be a simple protest. Let's move on to the next board and see what would happen next. So the next thing would be that the president would be sworn in as per the Constitution. So here we have swearing in of the president-elect and his deputy, and this is supposed to be on the first Tuesday, the 14th day after the declaration of the result. And we know we are 3 days in, because it was declared some days ago. So in the scenario whereby someone goes to the courts and decides to they want their issues looked at and handled by the judiciary, we're going to have, after the declaration by the IEBC of the winner, and someone goes to the court, let's look at the next board and see what would transpire after that. On the 11th, this is supposed to be the deadline for any petitions brought before the court. So this person, whoever feels aggrieved, needs to take their matter to court before then. So that is on the 18th of August, that is this month. And between the 1st and the 2nd of the September, the Supreme Court is supposed to have looked into the issue and gave a verdict. So there are two verdicts, obviously, whether they throw this case out or whether they take it up and say, yes, there was something wrong with this process and we need to take a look at it and we need to handle it yet again. So in case it is thrown out on the 5th of September, it is the likely date when the president will be sworn in and his deputy. But in the likelihood that this does not happen, then we are going to have on the 4th of November, the IEBC is expected to carry out yet another election. So this is in case the courts look at this matter and feel that this is yes, there is an issue that needs to be looked at, and therefore they hand the ball over to the IEBC that's going to do the necessary preparations and will go through the same process yet again. So there are only two scenarios in this case, and of course we'll be looking out for the next few days just to see how this transpires, Kenya being a nation of simplicities and complexities alike.
Well, Trix, thank you for that. Of course, the next few days are going to be very crucial ones. And of course, here on KTN News, we continue to trail every crucial date and report on everything as they happen, just a blow-by-blow account of things. Well, just a few